Good morning, students. Hope that all of you are well by the grace of Almighty. This is your Pallob sir from St. Gregory's High School and College. Today I am here to start a new topic from second chapter of ICT SSC book. We have already discussed few topics from this second chapter like importance of software in the maintenance of computer, there are some important lines also which are marked for MCQ. We also covered installation and uninstallation of software and some important lines for MCQ. We have also discussed the process of installation and the process of uninstallation of software. And also we learned about deletion of software. And we also learned about security of our computer virus and antivirus. And we also learn about password system. We have already discussed so many topics. Also discussed the stay secure in the web and some important lines which is very helpful for our MCQ portion. And today our topic will start from internet addiction disorder. So the word addiction has negative connotations and it is usually used with reference to drug. So addiction is here mainly compared with drugs. It destroys life because it is tough to come out of the web of drugs. Perhaps you were confused thinking that how an alarming and negative word addiction associated with ICT and mentioned in an ICT textbook. Some of you who have computers may have crossed the limit while playing computer games. It's a serious issue. We have many times forgot the timing of our computer playing games or social sites. A few of you didn't leave the computer even though you should have for an important task. The users who have the internet access have Facebook accounts too. And the users who have also the internet access of Facebook accounts too, they passed so many times in Facebook but don't know how many times they killed. Posting a status on the Facebook, you eagerly wait for a long time to see when somebody gives like to your status. You have gotten pleasure when the number of your Facebook friends has increased. Perhaps you may have spent more time on Facebook than the usual. You might have done better in the examination if you had spent less time on this social network. Really, it's a very important issue in our present situation for the students especially because they passed so many times in the social sites, especially Facebooks. You could have read some good books or played a bit more in the playground or spent more time with your brother, sister and parents also. Perhaps you who have been damaging your lives by wasting your time on Facebook or by playing computer games more than the usual time understand the cause of adding a negative word addiction with the positive words computer and the internet. So here the addiction is with the positive words of computer and internet, but here it seems the negative portion. Addiction means when someone, in spite of knowing it is a freakish act, cannot avoid the temptation of doing it. What is true for drug is true for the computer and the internet too. As drug is harmful for life, so are the computer and the internet if they are used beyond the limit. Addiction to computer games. It's a serious issue. Addiction to computer games begins from the boyhood, and it usually happens owing to the ignorance of the parents. Computer is a tool, and different types of works can be done with it. As many positive words are said of this technology, parents think that what is done by computer is positive. Therefore, when they see their kids sitting before the computer for a long time, they do not think of being alert. Computer game is a kind of entertainment. Computer game is a kind of entertainment, and it has a different dimension. If you play computer games merely as an entertainment being within the limit, that can be a part of good entertainment. However, it does not happen most of the time. People across the age kinds to adults may be addicted to computer game. A Korean man died while playing computer game for 50 hours at a stretch. Seriously, could you imagine Korean man died while playing computer game for 50 hours at a stretch? A Chinese couple sold their child to pay for their computer games. These examples remind us that addiction to computer game is not unusual matter. If caution is not taken, a man can easily be addicted to computer game. As addiction to computer games is new, extensive research works have not been done on it. In future, they will provide us absolute direction. Research has identified the presence of a stimulating chemical in a gamer's brain addicted to computer games. The shape of a brain is altered in those who use computer 10 hours at a stretch 6 days a week. That is so harmful for them. Therefore, we should keep in mind that computer game could be a good entertainment, but it is very easy to addicted to it, and the effect of it's certainly damaging. Addiction to social networking site. Man is a social being. They continued a social relation all the time. However, the nature of social communication nowadays is distinctly different from the one in past. It means a different social networking based on the internet. There are some social networking sites such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google+, etc., through which people can keep communication with their circle. Once these sites were only for the young people, but now people of all age groups use it. They use it not for communicating with others, but also for establishing ideologies and legitimizing their opinions. If it was within the periphery of objectives, it would not have created any problem, but it is a matter of regret that addiction to social networking site becomes a problem for the whole world. The psychiatrists have started carrying on research, and the findings show that the success of the sites depends on how skillfully they can attract the users. The main factor is how often users visit the site and how long they remain on the site. The more the site is visited, the more the site is successful, and consequently, the more the site will earn money. Therefore, if the users are not careful about, there is very possibility to develop addiction to these sites. Another interesting factor was identified by the psychiatrists here. Individuals have an inherent desire to impress and admire their own self. That means sometimes we write some blogs or some post which is express our minds. In psychology, this is defined as narcissism. The social networking sites instigate this inherent desire of human beings. A competitive attitude develops within everyone to make themselves popular. The users upload minute information of themselves, and when people watch and like it, they become happy. The entire system works like a drug, and users waste their time for hours. In fact, a major waste of time worldwide is caused by the immense popularity of social sites. So it is very harmful for everyone. So we all should control our daily utilization of different types of networking site or social sites. So that's all for today, my dear students. If you face any problem, ask me at my comment section. Thank you, everyone.